Welcome back to Red Hawk Media. Today we're taking a look at health, and in particular, how to give more health to your player. Today we're going to be giving life. So let's look at this here. We've got a character, and our character will take damage. And after that, if you've got a very challenging level, you would want a way for your character to replenish their life. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over, touch the life, and now I'm back to full health here. You could of course set this to a number of different values, but you can see the implication here. And again, I'm back to taking damage, and you can see the object is destroyed too, which is kind of handy. So let's go ahead and create some health here, or power up, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to pause it. And we'll start with the object first. So in your sprites, we imported the GUI sheet in one of our previous tutorials here. And in the GUI sheet, we got this from GameArt 2D, and we sliced it all up here. And you can see a good look at a number of the different windows that are in there. And one of the things that's in there, of course, is a big plus sign here. So we can go ahead and take that plus sign, we can drag it out into our scene, and let's go ahead and sort it. And I'm actually going to put this on the player layer so it's always in front of everything. And now if you wanted to, you could go ahead and you could mess with the color a little bit, and this will add more to it that way. So let's say you wanted a big red plus sign, for instance. Let's go with that. I'm going to also size mine up a little bit just so we can see what we're working with. Scoot in here. And this is all completely up to your liking of what you want to do with this. Let's go ahead and put our plus sign up here. And there we go. Now, next thing, we've got this nice little animation that's on the plus sign here. It just draws attention to it, so it flips over, and basically it's rotating around the y-axis. Now we've already got a script that is doing a basic rotation like that, so let's start with that as our building block here. I'm going to go back to my scripts, and we know that our saw blade, which is rotating around the z-axis, is already doing that. So I'm going to open up my saw script, and I'm going to take the whole script, and I'm going to just copy it really quick like. And now let's go ahead and jump over to a new script. So back to Unity, right click, and we're going to create a new C# script. All right, and then we would call this health. I'm going to call mine health 1 because I already got a health. Okay, you can call it health though, or whatever you want. And we'll open this up, and let's go ahead and take all this stuff out of here and paste in our saw script. Now we're going to change a few things to make this all work. Obviously this isn't the saw, and it's actually health 1 on mine. Yours is going to be health. Okay, and from here we're going to go ahead and just change a few variables here. We're going to call this health speed instead of saw speed, and we don't want it rotating terribly fast. Now down here we've got just a basic transform update, and it's telling it to rotate, and we've got the X, the Y, and the Z axis right here, and we've been doing a lot of work in my class with these anyway. This should make good sense. Let's go ahead and just take this part here and Command X that, put it right in for the 0 in the Y position. So I'm going to Command V. All right. Now I'm going to add in a 0 at this point to the z-axis. There we go. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that. Now, this isn't the saw speed, so that's why it's in red. And we're going to add in health speed times delta time times time dot delta time. Okay, and now what that's telling it to do is to rotate on the y-axis here, and it should apply that. So we go ahead and Command S that, and then we're going to go back over to Unity, and we're going to take that health script now, and we're going to add it onto our health. So I'm going to click on my little plus sign here, and we'll take health 1, and we'll drag that on there. So I'm going to just take my original health script, drag that on there, and now when we go to play, we've got a plus sign that rotates on the y-axis. And of course, now that you know the x, y, z part of it, you can make this rotate however you want. You could have a rotate on the z-axis, whatever you want to do with that, but gives you some ideas. Now, we're still not done, because if we get this object, one, it's not going to disappear, and two, it's definitely not going to add to our health. So let's go into the player health script, which is of course managing all of our health events, and that's tied to our player. Now, easiest way to go ahead and start this is you've already got all these objects that are interacting with your health. From the previous tutorials, we talked about saw, we talked about duplicating that and then adding on acid, spikes, whatever you want. We can go ahead and once again duplicate one of these and then add that on. And I'll just go ahead and go through that process with you so you can see all the typing and make sure that you've got that right. Make sure that you get both of the brackets when you do this. So I'm just going to go Command C. I'm going to create some extra space in here and Command V. And now we're going to go ahead and tag our health. Okay? And in the health bar, instead of the value going down, what we want to do is, instead of decreasing it one frame at a time, we're going to actually set it equal to what it originally started at, which was max health. Okay? Now, the current health is going to equal the max health, not the health bar value, so that way it resets itself again. So we're going to add that in there. And then the last thing, which gets rid of your health bar, is after you collide with it, you want to be able to destroy it. So we're going to go ahead and hit destroy here, and then parentheses, and then col, and then dot game object. So this is on collision, it's going to destroy this game object. And because this is tied right onto the health tag, it's going to destroy just the health tag on collision. Okay, so we've got this set up in here, and we can go ahead and Command S that and go back to the game, and now we need to make sure that we have this item tagged health. So up here in my tags, I've already got one created because I've used this already. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it says health. If you don't have a health tag, obviously you're going to go to add tag, and then we'll add that on there. Type in health. It has to appear exactly the same way as what it did in the code. Okay, I'm going to go back to my health here and then switch the tag up. Now, after you create the tag, a lot of people are confused on this. I know from my class, you create the tag, but it doesn't necessarily assign it. So you still have to go back to the object, and you still have to make sure that it says health for the tag here. Now, let's go ahead and position my character so that he's right up next to the health so we can see it interact. We're going to put this over. And let's start them over here, and let's go ahead and just move one of these saws really quick, like 2, so that we can take some damage. Actually, it would be easier to just move the health thing. So let's go ahead and just move that over here. Take that. Making this really challenging here. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start there. So drops into the scene. Okay, we're hovering there. We're going to take a little damage, and then we hit the health. And the health does not interact with us here. Oh, well, there's a clear reason for that. The health doesn't know that it's interacting with us because it doesn't have a collider on it. So, good step through process here. We're going to go back to that health bar now, or to that health plus sign, and we're going to add on a 2D collider. And box collider 2D, and let's go ahead and make this a trigger so that it interacts with our character. And if you need to, you can edit the collider so it's a smaller square, however you want to do that. But we're going to go ahead with that on there now and hit play, and we come in, we take some damage, and we get our health. And right away you can see that it destroys on collision like it's supposed to, and oh, look at that, we got some more health. Okay, there is one thing that I saw that is problematic with this, which we would probably want to find a way to script out of. There is a way to actually die, but still make contact with the health, and it's a tricky little thing. See, and you can replenish the health there, but he remains dead. So I just want to point out that little glitch. You're more than welcome to work on that to see if you can figure it out, but that's one of those little annoying things that after the fact you'll have to go back and figure out how you can do that. Okay? So thanks for joining us for another episode of Red Hawk Media. Bye.